Sorry. Welcome to Bon Voyage TV and our cruise special. The arrival of Celebrity Solstice in the Waitemata Harbour last Tuesday marked the commencement of the summer cruise season. More than 40 ships will be visiting us this summer, and that's a record. They'll make over 600 visits around our ports and anchorages of our beautiful coastline. There are 40 ships coming from 23 cruise companies worldwide. You'll see ships ranging from 114 passenger small Caledonian Sky right through to the 4,200 passenger 169,000 tonne Ovation of the Seas, which will certainly dominate Auckland Harbour when she anchors off the Hilton on the 27th of December. To celebrate the cruise season, we produced a supplement which includes the timetables and ship details for the 40 ships making 227 visits on 127 days, and that's only in New Zealand Herald's coverage area, visiting the ports of Auckland, Tauranga and Bay of Islands. For each of the visiting ships, we've given you a brief set of facts and figures and a picture for easy identification, and to tell you where she'll be cruising in 2017. Armed with this information, you could be the cruise expert in your family. If you'd like a copy, just call me on 0800 266 869 or email me and we'll mail you a copy tomorrow. Last Tuesday, we took our camera crew and Winston Eldworth, who's the travel editor for New Zealand Herald, down to Celebrity Solstice for a quick tour and to interview Mario Valentino, who's the Associate Hotel Director on board. That means he's responsible for everything on the ship to do with looking after passengers, from cabins to food to drink, entertainment, and all the crew involved in those activities. So as you can imagine, he's a pretty busy guy. We hope you'll find it interesting, so let's head down to the ship now. So Olivia and I boarded Celebrity Solstice and had a walk around before our main interview, and we caught up with a delightful couple who were on the top deck, on the lawn, having a game of petanque. We've just been wandering around Celebrity Solstice on her visit in Auckland, and we've found Bruce and Pam. These people are all the way from Rugby in England originally, now staying over, I'll call it, on the Sunshine Coast in Australia. But they're very special guests of Celebrity Solstice because you've been on it how many times?
12 times in total.
12 times?
12 times.
So you must really love the ship. Tell us why you like it so much.
It is the friendliest ship we've ever been on, and we've been on many. This is about our 26th cruise, I think.
On Celebrity, yeah.
On Celebrity, but we have been on a fair number of cruise lines. Very, very friendly ship. Couldn't ask for more.
So what have you got any tips for people, particularly I like the sea days.
Oh, we love it.
Yeah. So what are your favourite things to do on the sea days when there's no rush to get on and off the ship?
Doing exactly what we're about to do, playing bocce on the lawn. Why not?
And we just interrupted them, and they had a pretty good couple of shots there. So we'll film it again in a minute and see if you can do it again.
Yeah.
So do you have a favourite restaurant on board?
Yes, Blue. No question. Been to all the others, but Blue, absolutely wonderful.
And what makes Blue stand out?
Well, we're in Aqua and it's a select restaurant, so yeah.
It's very small, and we virtually know all the waiters and waitresses, and they know us. And we know what we like, and it's there waiting for us virtually.
We're with Mario Valentino. Welcome, Mario. Delightful to meet you.
Here.
We're with Winston Eldworth from New Zealand Herald, travel editor of New Zealand Herald.
Gerard, good to be
Welcome to Celebrity Solstice. And of course Olivia Van Leerop, who is our able co-host on Bon Voyage TV. Now you are the Associate Hotel Director for the ship.
Correct, yes.
So tell us a little bit about that role.
The key function for me is to ensure that I provide the support to our hotel director, who is Sue Richardson at the current moment, and as well as her department heads, which would include departments such as the entertainment department, our food and beverage division, our revenue facilities such as the spa, photo, pretty much everything that a guest on board would touch, I would provide support to.
So that's basically everything except driving the ship itself.
Absolutely correct. Yes, yes.
Now, Celebrity Solstice has been having a summer season in Alaska. You didn't just come
Correct.
directly from Alaska. How did you get into Auckland this trip?
Well, we left Alaska. It was a very successful season in Alaska, and we measure that success based on the feedback that we received from our guests through a structured format, which is our guest opinion survey, and the ratings, we're very pleased, were much higher than the previous year. And we left Alaska, and we went through to Hawaii, including ports such as Maui, right through to Bora Bora, Moorea, the islands of Tahiti, and right through to where we are now, the Aucklands.
Now, this trip is a little bit unusual because usually the Celebrity Solstice comes down to our waters and cruises around Australia, New Zealand, maybe a Pacific Islands trip, but it's not in Australia for long, this trip. What happens next?
Well, actually, we do have a $8.5 million revitalization taking place on October 22nd, and during that time we will be providing some additional facilities for our guests to enjoy, and the timing could not be better. We want to sort of knock that out prior to the season beginning, so all the guests who are joining us on the vessel will be able to enjoy the new facilities, which includes, for example, we have the Taste of Film, which is a wonderful gastronomic adventure where we pair food with film, and it will be taking place on our lawn directly across our glass blowing shop. We have a large screen television set that will be set up there for our guests to enjoy. In addition to that, we will be building some alcove style cabanas that will line the lawn as well. In addition to that, we'll be offering a new specialty restaurant called Sushi on 5, which will be featuring hand-rolled sushi, as well as a number of Asian beverages and a selection of starters and entrees for our guests to enjoy. We will have our photo department. We'll have a full makeover, and we will stem away from the traditional panels of photos being displayed, and we will be introducing 25 touchscreen kiosks for the guests to have the opportunity to review their photos that are taken during the course of the cruise, and even have the opportunity to download those on their personal devices and share them with their friends and family back home.
So it's straight out to social media.
Exactly.
With more urgency.
Exactly. Yes. They can stay connected while they're on board.
Now, how long is it that this makeover is taking place in Singapore?
Correct.
So
yes.
how long does all this take? It sounds like weeks of work.
This dry dock we're going to be there for approximately 9 days, 9 full days.
That's not long.
Not long at all. No.
So are all the crew staying on board the ship during that period, or do you ship them all out? Workers in? How does it work?
They're all staying on board, absolutely. We do have quite a significant number of contractors, as I'm sure you can appreciate, will be coming on board. So for many of our departments, it's going to be business as usual. When you have hundreds of contractors on board, they still have, they still need a place to sleep, venues to eat, and they need to be accommodated. In addition to that, we have a number of crew who will be going through some training development programs. We do have a changing market and a changing customer, and we want to make sure that they have the tools and the training to set them up for success, to ensure that, of course, all of our guests have a wonderful experience and that their expectations are met.
Mario, you're responsible for the entertainment on board as well. How many of the crew are involved in that, and what are the shows? What do passengers go and see?
Yes, well, I support the entertainment division, absolutely, and we have dozens of crew on board that are part of our entertainment department. We obviously have a production cast, and we have 3 main production shows that we offer to all our guests. We actually came out with 18 new shows over 18 months, and on board the Solstice, we actually have 3 new shows that guests who have sailed with us before will not have seen. They're wonderful broadcast production shows, and I've thoroughly enjoyed them, and I can guarantee you our guests will enjoy them as well. In addition to that, we have a series of theme nights that we offer our guests. We have, of course, a full orchestra. We have, as well as individual entertainers such as duos and 2 bands. In addition to our in-house entertainment, we obviously have our guest entertainers, so we ship out a fresh cast of entertainers, everything from vocals to magicians, comedians, and what have you. Yes.
Right, and so
First-class entertainment.
You've just completed a 6-day crossing from French Polynesia to Auckland. How did the lawn hold up? The lawn upstairs? Was that?
Very good question. Actually, the lawn held up very well. We have 2 dedicated lawn keepers who are responsible for the lawn, as well as our environmental officer, and definitely they handle that lawn with kid gloves. Absolutely. Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Good.
I was just thinking that we've had a lot of rain in Auckland for the last few days. My lawn's looking terrible. Could I borrow your lawn keepers for a few hours this afternoon?
Maybe for a few hours of tips.
Murray, obviously it's very busy when the ship's sailing. When you're in port, do you get away from the ship and explore the countries, the cities that you're in?
Well, all our crew, including myself, there are breaks in the day that gives us the opportunity to explore the ports. We do allow our crew to join in on some of the shore excursions, so they'll be able to be in a better position to sell the cruise, sell the package, and share their experiences with our guests. I'm very excited to go through the ports that we're going to go through in both in New Zealand and Australia, and explore those wonderful offerings such as the aquatic wildlife, the beautiful landscapes, the maritime heritage that they have here. Absolutely, yes.
So you've come down from Alaska. That's one question we always get from clients. Will I see wildlife on my big ship cruise of Alaska? So what was this summer like?
Absolutely. Our guests experienced the majestic humpback whale, roaming bears, the eagles in flight, lots of wildlife. Absolutely. Yeah.
And is this from the ship, or do they have to do the tours too?
Well, we don't bring the wildlife on board.
No.
So, yeah. So,
Although
yes.
after midnight I have seen a few.
Yeah. But yes, absolutely. Our knowledgeable shore excursion team know exactly where to take our guests to for those who really want to explore the area and see wildlife. Absolutely, yes.
So Mario, what's the main demographic on board? Do you call yourself a very multicultural ship, or as in guests
In
and
terms
crew?
of guests and crew, well, for crew we have approximately 70 nationalities on board, and I'm sure you can appreciate the uniqueness of that in making sure that everyone has their needs met in terms of what we prepare for them in terms of our culinary delights. But it's really amazing that we can have all these cultures living together in harmony. Really, it does set the standard for what our global outlook should
World
look
peace.
like. Yes, exactly. In terms of guests, yes, well, on the current crossing, we have quite a number of guests from all over the globe, primarily in this particular Trans-Pacific. The majority of our guests are from the United States. They're from from Canada, citizens of the UK and Australia. Those would be the top 4 currently on board.
Yeah. And who would you say would be the biggest troublemakers out of the Canadians, the Americans, and the Australians?
For the Trans-Pacific,
Yeah, just for any time on ship.
well, it all depends on the itinerary.
Australians, yeah.
Australian itinerary. The majority will be Australian.
Yeah.
Yes, we will have guests from the UK, obviously from the United States and Canada as well.
Yeah.
Those will be our top 4. For our first call into New Zealand, we have just over 200 from Germany who are joining us on this particular cruise. So it varies, but those are the primary nationalities represented.
Yeah.
Mario, what are your top tips for dining and drinking on board?
Top tips. What's my personal preference? Well, we have quite a number of specialty restaurants on board for all our guests to enjoy with different palates, everything from Asian to French cuisine. My personal favorite is the Tuscan Grill, which is a contemporary, lively, sophisticated Italian restaurant that offers 100% homemade pastas, butcher cut meats, as well as USDA prime dry aged steaks. It's just absolutely wonderful. It's my favorite.
And how about for a late night cocktail at the end of the evening?
Well, late night cocktails, it all depends on the mood of the guests. If they want something lively, we have our wonderful martini bar, which is an ice bar, and we have our bartenders there that are very skilled in flipping the bottles and pouring martinis 8 at a time, 16 at a time, which is, yeah, it's wonderful. And then we have the Ensemble Lounge, which is a little bit slower pace for those individuals who want a quieter evening and to enjoy an after-dinner drink. We do have our Sky Lounge, which has live music as well for dancing and what have you. We have a number of bars throughout the ship. The Passport Bar, we have the Sunset Bar if you want to see the sunset. In the evening, we have the Mass Grill. It's depends on the individual tastes of the guests.
Sure.
Now, one of the things on this ship that is very unusual is a glass blowing facility up on the top deck, on that just near the lawn.
Right.
How did that get to be on a ship, and what can people see there?
Well, the Solstice was the first to introduce the Owens Corning Museum relationship, and it's actually a wonderful show for our guests to enjoy, and the guests definitely, there's a big draw for the glass blowing, and what they do is they walk them through the process of glass blowing, right through from the beads right through to a completed vase. So the feedback that we get from our guests are just absolutely wonderful, and you will only find that on the Solstice and the Equinox.
And very handy for those bar staff who break the glasses when they're making
Right, yeah.
what was it, 18 martinis at once.
Right, yes.
And what about kids' activities on board?
Well, we have the Fun Factory, which is geared towards our younger passengers, and they have a full facility there for our children to keep occupied. We also have what's called the X Club for our young adults or teenagers. It's a full facility as well, and they have quite an offering to keep them entertained. Generally, we have some parents who drop their kids off in the morning, and they come pick them up late at night. And yes, and the kids thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So I think, Winston, that sounded quite good.
That sounds good to me.
Deliver
Yeah.
the children.
Maybe pick them up at the end of the cruise.
Another of the amazing features in the Epinay, which is the main dining room,
Correct. Yes.
is the wine. I call it the wine rack.
Right.
Can you
the
tell
wine
us
tower.
a little bit about that and how it works, because it's truly impressive.
It is impressive. It's actually the largest wine tower on the high seas, and we're very, very proud of it. Carrying hundreds of bottles of wine, and it is actually the main feature in our main dining room. Yes.
Is that open bar? Do you get to go in there yourself? Or
Actually, no. Our cellar master and the sommeliers are the only ones that have access to the wine tower, but our guests can see them through the individual slots.
sometimes you
Yeah.
see them up high.
Absolutely, yes,
Very
yes.
impressive.
I'd be the annoying guest that says, I want that bottle right at the top.
And it would be delivered.
Absolutely.
As New Zealanders, we're of course very proud of our country, and I have a New Zealand Herald travel supplement with a welcome to the Celebrity Solstice by our Prime
Oh,
Minister.
wonderful.
That doesn't
Wonderful.
happen in every port of call, so you can take that copy and frame it.
Absolutely.
But one of the things the Prime Minister talks about is how much foreigners travelling to New Zealand love our coastlines and our scenery. Now, your first hand, what do you hear back from your passengers about New Zealand when they're here?
Well, New Zealanders definitely have a lot to be proud about, and everything from the beautiful landscapes, the aquatic wildlife, the urban parks that are available. There is so much to offer, and our shore excursion team, which puts together the packages for our guests to enjoy New Zealand, ensures that all the highlights that New Zealand has to offer are thoroughly enjoyed by our guests. It's a wonderful port, a wonderful country to visit. With the number of ports that we visit, it just really makes for a wonderful cruise for all our guests from all over the globe.
And do you have a personal favourite? Well, Wyden didn't give you a maximum opportunity. Personal favourite for Australia and New Zealand?
No, I don't have a personal favorite. Actually,
You could be a politician.
Every port is unique, and I really enjoy what each one has to offer. And if everything was alike, then we wouldn't.
We wouldn't go.
We wouldn't have the opportunity to explore all the different our ports of call. Yes.
Now, Mario, we've completely ignored the fact that we're in a beautiful restaurant called Blue. Tell us more about this restaurant and who can visit.
Blue actually is an exclusive restaurant for our Aqua Class guests. Those guests in our Aqua Class, which is located by our Aqua Spa, can come into this dining room during the course of the evenings and special mornings to experience a beautiful, healthy menu offering.
Excellent.
So you go do your yoga on the grass and then come down here and have a beautiful
Correct.
breakfast.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes. It's one of our highly sought after guest rooms, the Aqua Spa, because of Blue.
Excellent. Well, we have taken a lot of your time. We know you're a busy man because you've got 1,259 crew, I think it was.
Yeah, 1,250 crew on board, absolutely.
And
correct.
there's a lot of crew for how many passengers today?
We're very proud of the fact that we have a very high ratio of crew to guests. It's almost 2 to 1 on board our celebrity vessels.
Well, you're in charge of everybody, apart from
Well,
the captain, I suppose.
Correct. The Marine
Overall,
Department, no, absolutely not. No.
You're in charge of everyone, and we've held you up, and we'd like to thank you very much. We very much appreciate
It's been
the
an
time you've given
absolute
us.
pleasure.
Great to meet you.
Yes, definitely.
And do take our Prime
Thank you
Ministerial
so
welcome
much.
and show the captain he may want to frame it.
Definitely. Once again, thank you so much for taking the time out to pay a visit, and we appreciate you being on board. And if there's anything else that we can do to make your visit on board today enjoyable, please feel free to ask.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
It's a draw.
Back on deck, we return to Bruce and Pam, who are having a very tight game of petanque on the lawn. And given as they are such loyal patrons of Celebrity Solstice, we wanted to find out more about their future travel plans. Now, you just told me a minute ago that you had another cruise or two booked on this ship. How many was it?
5 more.
When does that take you through to?
2018.
And they all different itineraries, or are you repeating?
Slightly different.
Slightly different. 2 are back here to New Zealand, and 2 are Sydney to Honolulu, and 1 is on the south of Australia, starting in Fremantle and actually finishing in Auckland. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. And do you have a favourite destination where you've travelled?
Honolulu.
Honolulu.
Yeah, we love Honolulu.
You like the sunshine?
My wife goes shopping there.
Ah, I see.
So are you at the Waikele Outlet Mall, or?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
definitely. Yes.
Very much so.
It's lovely there. We love it. Yeah. We've been 20 times to Hawaii.
Wow.
It is one of my favourite places. If I could go anywhere tomorrow, it's Hawaii, because it's so simple. Everything's there. It's very relaxed. Well, thank you very much. It's lovely to meet you, and we'll let you get on with your game.
Thank you.
We want to see if you can replicate your shots you just did.
She usually beats me.
That's the trouble. Thank you. And now for the deal. Of course, it's customary on Bon Voyage TV to have a good deal. So we've looked at what celebrity cruises currently have on offer. And for Book a Cruise Month, they currently have a 50% off the second person travelling. They call their bonus offers Go Big, Go Better, or Go Best. The bonuses are a premium drinks package for 2, $150 per person to spend on board, prepaid tipping for 2, or an unlimited internet package for 2. With the Go Big offer, you get to choose one of those. Go Better, you get to choose 2, and Go Best, you get all 4 of them. So to give you an example of how this all comes together, let's look at a Russia and Scandinavia cruise for next July. We've taken a balcony cabin. The first person's normal cruise fare is $2,350 including taxes. The second person gets 50% off the cruise fare. That makes the average fare per person just $4,890. And that's on the Go Best deal. So you get the premium drinks package for 2, $150 per person to spend on board, prepaid tipping, and unlimited internet for 2. And for the month of October, we're throwing in a Voyager Nevada suitcase as our own Bon Voyage bonus. This is on any celebrity cruise, or in fact on any cruise you book with us in October. We're almost out of time, so to wrap up this Cruise Month special, just a reminder that at Bon Voyage Cruises and Travel, we specialise in cruising. You can search our vast cruise database for worldwide cruise itineraries of over 50 cruise lines. Browse the itineraries, check ship details and descriptions, and learn all about the facilities and ports of call. And with direct connectivity with some of the world's favourite cruise lines, you can even book online using our New Zealand negotiated special deals. Or if it's easier, simply call us anytime on 0800 Bon Voyage, which is 0800 266 869. Until next time, bon voyage and enjoy your ship spotting this summer.